Everybody, and welcome to Daily Red Devil for all of your latest Manchester United transfer news and talk. We have got so much to get into on today's video, but before we do that, please do me a small favour. If you are watching for the first time today, please do subscribe to the channel. I'm live every single day bringing you all of the latest news on Manchester United. On today's stream, we're going to be talking about Victor Gyokeres, who is now joining Arsenal. But does that mean that Manchester United will go for Osimhen? Big news coming out this morning about that, so we will be discussing that. We'll also be discussing a potential deal involving Alejandro Garnacho moving to Chelsea for £70 million. We'll talk about that. Obviously, we know that Madueke is leaving Chelsea and joining Arsenal, so quite a lot of moving parts going on in the transfer window. It finally feels like things are actually starting to happen. Remember, pre-season training starts today, chat. So today should be a big day, hopefully. But as always, I like to start my shows off, get a little bit of interaction going with the chat. I want to know, how do you feel about the Gyokeres situation? So let's start the topic there. You can get your thoughts in the comment section. So Fabrizio has all but confirmed that Gyokeres to Arsenal is a here we go. How do you feel about that? Do you think we've missed out? And how would you feel if we went for Victor Osimhen instead? Would you be happy with that bit of business? I've always said, right, so I'm going to answer the question immediately. I've always said that from day one, I would be happy with Gyokeres or Osimhen. I think either or would be as good as each other. I think maybe if I had to pick one, Gyokeres has a slight advantage just because he's worked with Ruben Amorim before. But it's irrelevant now. He's joining Arsenal. He wanted Arsenal. It looks like Arsenal have pushed the button on him, and Victor Gyokeres is going to become an Arsenal player. And you know what? I'm not that bothered. I think as long as we get somebody, as long as we get Osimhen or we get somebody of that ilk, I'll be happy. If we get Dominic Calvert-Lewin, oh my god, I don't even know how I would react on a video to that if the news comes out that we signed on Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I mean, I honestly don't know. I'm speechless. If that was the option that was presented to us, there were some murmurs yesterday in some parts of the media saying that apparently United are considering it. I mean, if you're going to get Osimhen and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, fine, great. You know, you can have Dominic Calvert-Lewin as like fourth choice striker. We probably do need two strikers realistically, because if I was Jim Ratcliffe, Omar Barada, I would be selling Rasmus Højlund this summer, try and get 40-50 million for him, get as much of the fee you paid back. I would be signing Osimhen, and I'd be bringing in another striker. I think we need two strikers, realistically, or even loan out Højlund, but still we need two strikers. I think bringing in Osimhen on his own is not going to be enough. And that's not me saying that Osimhen's not good enough. I think he's quality, but I think we need two or three strikers in this team. And at the moment, we have Højlund and Chido Obi, who's 17, 18. We have a kid, and realistically, Højlund is still a kid as well. He's 20. He's played one season of professional football before joining Manchester United. You know, all of the other games he'd played had been in, like, was it in the Austrian league? It's not the level of the top 5 leagues, is it? So we've always, in my opinion, cried out for two strikers. Dominic Calvert-Lewin as the main striker? No, obviously not. But as like a third or fourth choice striker, if it was he's a free agent, remember? If his wages weren't ridiculous, you know, if he wanted like 50 grand a week and he was a free agent, and we also brought in Osimhen, I would not be unhappy with Osimhen as first choice, and then Chido Obi and Dominic Calvert-Lewin as kind of like the rotational backups. Like, that would be fine. It would be better than what we have now, that's for sure. Because at the moment, all we have is Osimhen and Chido Obi. So I'm massively against Dominic Calvert-Lewin if that's going to be our main striker. But I surely Ineos aren't that stupid. You know, that would be beyond me. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But at the moment, it looks like Gyokeres to Arsenal is pretty much done. Fabrizio said the here we go was coming soon. So yeah, we can forget about Gyokeres. Obviously, now off the back of this, we've had lots and lots of stories come out today. I mean, make of this what you will. Coming out from Portuguese media, saying that apparently Victor Osimhen was always Ruben Amorim's first choice target and not Gyokeres. Okay. Saying that apparently as of April, Manchester United made it clear to Osimhen that he was their number one target. How do we feel about that? Do we think that's complete rubbish? I mean, it's typical Manchester United, isn't it? That we miss out on a player to a rival. Gyokeres is joining Arsenal, right? And then this morning, we wake up to some portions of the media saying that apparently Manchester United didn't want Victor Gyokeres. I mean, maybe it's true. I mean, if we go and put in a bid for Osimhen today, I'll say, you know what? Maybe it is true. Maybe we didn't want Gyokeres, but I just don't believe it. There's another bit here. This is from Portuguese media saying that Ruben Amorim's first choice was never Gyokeres. Manchester United did inquire about him, but was told his preference was Arsenal, and he was waiting on them, so they moved on to alternative targets. I mean, the thing with that sentence there is, we moved on to alternative targets. So, I mean, who was that alternative target? Because we found out that Gyokeres wanted to join Arsenal weeks ago, supposedly, yeah? So I don't know, who is the alternative target? Is it Dominic Calvert-Lewin? Is it Osimhen? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so Arsenal have pretty much signed Victor Gyokeres. He's agreed, everything's agreed. I think he's going to subsidise some of his wages that he's owed by Sporting or something to make the fee work. He's going there anyway, so that he's not going to come to Manchester United. That's clear. It's done. He's going to Arsenal. In relation to Osimhen, we know that deal is available to do. We know that there's a release clause. I think it's around 60 million, I believe. Let me just double check my facts. 65 million is his release clause. Obviously, there's quite a few teams interested in him. We know that Galatasaray are interested. We know that the Saudi clubs are interested. There are some murmurs that Chelsea are interested, but Chelsea seem to be interested in lots and lots of players. So we have a super chat coming in here from Ant. Thank you very much, Ant. Let's see what Ant has to say. Ant says, I said it all along, Osimhen won't go back to Napoli, and the longer the window goes on, the more he has to lower his wages. Is that or he doesn't play? That's a good point. Very, very good point. And thank you for your super chat. I agree. In some ways, at first he was asking for what? Was it 250 grand after tax, Victor Osimhen? And you're right, Manchester United, if we do manage to get him for a smaller wage, maybe it would have been a good bit of business by Manchester United to make him wait, to make him sweat a bit, to get that big move. I would more than happily take Osimhen. I would be actually very, very happy with Osimhen. And as Ant says as well, Dominic Calvert-Lewin as a backup striker, as a free agent, I would have no problem with it. I think first choice, definitely not. But as a backup, he's 28 years of age. He's Premier League proven. I think that would be a huge improvement on what we have last season. If Osimhen was number one, Dominic Calvert-Lewin number two, and then Gio Obi like a very close number three, like a rotational striker. I think that's actually decent. I'm happy with that. We're not. Let's be real here. We're not going to go and sign Osimhen and Gyokeres in one window. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin as a backup is not a bad option. It's better than what we have now. So we have to just improve on what we have now, although it's not really too hard to do that. But we have another super chat coming in from Ray. Thank you, Ray. Ray says, it's time we move on from Gyokeres, and now we should go for Osimhen if we can. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you fully. I've always kind of said that I would be equally as happy with Gyokeres or Victor Osimhen. I mean, as long as we get one of the two, I'm not going to be upset. I'm only going to be upset if Chelsea get Osimhen, Arsenal get Gyokeres, and we end up with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. That will make me upset, because I'm not even convinced that Dominic Calvert-Lewin's any better than Højlund, realistically. He got 3 goals in the Premier League last season, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. How many did Højlund get? And his injury record's awful. Højlund got 4 goals. Dominic Lewin, at the age of 28, in his prime, got 3 goals. I mean, it's not great, is it? You look at the season before. Last season, Dominic Calvert-Lewin got 7 goals in the Premier League. The season before, Højlund got 10 goals. So Højlund's stats are considerably better than Dominic Calvert-Lewin's. Højlund is 20. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is 28. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think he's much of an improvement, realistically. But as a backup, I think he's decent. So, yeah, that's the latest on Osimhen. It looks like Manchester United are still interested. I mean, who else is there, really? Benjamin Sesko? Maybe? But other than that, is there anybody else we can really think of? Who else is even out there on the transfer market? Osimhen has to be the number one target for me. Osimhen has to be the player that we go for. And hopefully we now do that. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the players are back in preseason training today. the first day of preseason training. They'll all be at Carrington, apart from reportedly Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony, Malacia, and Sancho. Apparently they're getting a bit of an extended holiday. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, I personally, I'm hoping to see lots and lots of outgoings this week. I'm hoping to see, 5 or 6 players on the way out. Maybe that's me being unrealistic, but I think that's what we kind of need to expect here. Because at the moment, the ingoings and outgoings has been so slow. I mean, it's been non-existent, hasn't it? We haven't sold anybody. Have we sold a single player yet? I mean, Ericsson left, but that was a free agent. Who else left? Lindelof left. He was a free agent. But we haven't sold a single player yet. Not one. And we are, a month into the transfer window? But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. The preseason starts today. Let's hope that they know what they're doing. Let's hope that they get this moved on. So, yeah, we'll see though. Okay, but moving on from there, let's do this little poll. We're going to do this. Would you sell Garnacho to Chelsea for 70 million? There you go. All right, we're going to talk about Garnacho next, chat. Get involved in that poll. If you're watching the video back on repeat, you can let me know in the comment section. Would you sell Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea for £70 million? Let me know your thoughts on that. So this story is coming out from Laurie Whitwell in The Athletic, obviously a very reliable journalist. He's reporting this morning that London appeals to Alejandro Garnacho and Chelsea remain interested. Says sources have said that £70 million is the asking price for Garnacho. I mean, if they get 70 million for him, then fair play. How much is Madueke valued at? Let's have a look. Does anybody know? Wow. So the Telegraph are reporting that apparently Chelsea are asking for over £50 million for Madueke. I mean, if Madueke is worth 50 million, then Garnacho is worth 70. Let's be real. Madueke's 23. Garnacho's what? Just turned 20. I mean, it's not that unrealistic, is it? Has he come through their youth academy as well? No. Chelsea paid about 30 million for Madueke 2 years ago. And they're looking to sell him for 50 million plus. So that'll be like a 20 million profit. Yeah, I mean, realistically, if they think they're going to get 50 million for Madueke, I would be saying 70 million for Højlund, I can see people in the chat saying, who's going to pay 70 million? Well, if Arsenal literally pay 50 million plus for Madueke, then there's no way that Ineos can't be like, well, if he's worth 50 million, then Garnacho's worth at least 50 million. I mean, the only difference is obviously Garnacho's fallen out with the club, hasn't he? So we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot there, in the sense that because Garnacho is wanting the move, because Manchester United want to sell the player, it makes it quite difficult for us to demand the top dollar. Whereas I guess in Madueke's situation, it's not as messy. But yeah, I'm selling Garnacho in a heartbeat without even thinking about it. He has no future at Manchester United, especially under Ruben Amorim. If Ruben Amorim wasn't the manager, say Ruben Amorim gets sacked in 6 months, which might happen, we might live to regret this, because effectively what we're doing is we're getting rid of all of our wide players. And this is the one thing about Ineos, or one of the things that really kind of concerns me, is that they're dismantling the squad, right? Which is good. We want that to happen, yeah? We want the squad to be dismantled. We want a fresh, clean slate. But they're dismantling the squad and getting rid of lots and lots of players who all suit a 4-4-2 or 4-3-2-1 or whatever formation we usually play. Yeah, 4-3-3. Some variation of a back four with wide wingers. That's the Manchester United way. That's what we know. But obviously Ruben Amorim's tactics are slightly different. It's wing backs, 5 defenders, 3 centre backs, wing backs. So the only thing that I think here is great. Get rid of Rashford, get rid of Sancho, get rid of Anthony, get rid of, all of these players, because realistically, even if they're world class, like they don't suit the system. Rashford can't play as a wing back, neither can Antony, neither can Garnacho. They don't have the defensive maturity to be playing as wing backs. So they don't really suit in this system because we play number 10s, don't we? We have centre attacking midfielders, and like it doesn't suit those profiles of players. But the only thing that concerns me is, I don't know, like we need to bring in lots of players to be able to play Ruben Amorim's system, and it might just be that Manchester United are waiting until the likes of Garnacho, Sancho, Rashford, etc. all leave. But the risk you have there is, by the time we manage to get these deals done, like who's going to even be available still? You know, we've already missed out on people like, how many years were we linked to Frimpong? Years. He's gone to Liverpool. We were linked to, what's he called? The guy who's joined Man City. I can't remember his name. Played for Lyon, central attacking midfielder. You know who I mean. We were linked to him. He's gone to Man City. We were linked to Gyokeres. He's going to Arsenal. Like Liam Delap. We tried to sign him. He's gone to Chelsea. Like we're missing out on a lot of our first choice options here. So it's all good. It's great dismantling the squad. You know, sell all the players. You know, I know everyone in this fan base is fed up with Rashford, Garnacho, Antony, etc. But if we get rid of all these players and then we can't bring in anybody because there's nobody left that we actually want, I mean, what do we do then? I mean, what happens then is Ruben Amorim starts the season badly. He says that he didn't get his first choice targets, and within 6 months he's sacked. I mean, we've all seen it before, haven't we? How many managers, Jose Mourinho, publicly stating that he didn't get any of the targets he wanted, they acted too slow in the window, he missed out on his targets, and then as a result of that, the team fails and he gets fired, he loses his job. So it's a risky strategy that they're playing. I understand from a financial perspective that they want to bring in revenue before they spend money, but you don't see teams like Liverpool and Man City and Arsenal doing that, you know? Like Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City are already leap years ahead of us, and Arsenal have already brought in Zubimendi, who's better than any midfielder we've got. They've brought in a defender. They're just about to sign Gyokeres, and they're just about to sign Madueke. They're going to have 4 players whilst we have 1. Chelsea have signed about 7 players. Man City, I think, have signed, 4 players maybe even more. And all of those teams are literally leap years ahead of us, and they're bringing in anywhere from 4 to 7 players in the first month of the window, whereas we're sat here with a squad that probably 50% of them need to be sold, and we've brought in 1 player. So I think it's a big risk. I mean, who have Man City brought in? Yeah, Man City have brought in Rayan Cherki, who would literally fit into our team perfectly. They've brought in Rayan Aitonori, he'd get in our team. And they've brought in Reinders from from AC Milan, and he would get into our team. So every single player in who Manchester City have signed so far this summer would start in our team. The same with Liverpool. Frimpong would get in our team, Florian Wirtz would get in our team, and Gyokeres would get in our team. You look at Arsenal signings, Gyokeres would get in our team, Madueke would probably get in our team, Zubimendi would definitely get in our team. Do you see where I'm going with this? Like, all of these teams above us are actually bringing in players before they sell players. So, yeah, we need to sort that out. We need to address that. It needs to happen. It needs to happen now. Let's see what else we have here. Al says, would you be angry if United overpaid because they're panicking? I mean, we're going to overpay. We always overpay. I won't be angry because it's what always happens. It's just what we're used to, isn't it? I mean, our policy in the transfer window has not got any better since Ineos have taken over the sporting control of the club. It's the same as it was before, exactly the same. Nothing has changed. So I wouldn't say I'm angry, no. I'm just like, this is just normal. This is how Manchester United operate. So yeah, I don't think angry is the right word, but I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. All right, let's see if we have anything else to talk about this morning. Obviously, there's still more news on Rashford. Rashford is apparently waiting for Barcelona. Mate, he's been waiting for Barcelona for about 12 months. Literally. We know what's going to happen, right? I mean, Florian Plettenberg is reporting that Barcelona have reopened talks with Rashford. Let's be real. If Barcelona wanted Rashford, I reckon they would have signed him by now. What's going to happen is this. Rashford will still be here on transfer deadline day, and he'll probably get a move to like Aston Villa again on loan, or he'll get like some sort of loan move. Hopefully, you know, Manchester United exile him from the squad and just say like, you've got to go, get out. And that's what needs to happen with all of these players. They need to be sold. But right, I'm going to wrap the video up here, chat. Thank you so much to everybody who has joined me on the show this morning. I really, really appreciate you all being with me on a Monday morning. Hopefully things start to pick up now. Obviously, the players are back at Carrington today. So we should start seeing some outgoings, hopefully. Yeah, we'll see. Our first preseason game is it in like a week? Is it a week? 2 weeks? Is it a week on Saturday, maybe? Yeah, it's a week on Saturday. We play Leeds in our first preseason game. So yeah, we need to get some stuff sorted. But anyway, thank you very much, everyone who's watched today. Please do leave a like before you go. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you to everyone who did the super chats as well. I'll speak to you all on the next one. Bye for now.